Alright, what's up guys? So today's video is going to be a little bit different, and it is definitely going to be the most valuable video I am ever going to bring to you. What I'm going to be going over is the exact A to Z process that I use to help my client Joel break his fat loss plateau and then lose 32 pounds in 90 days. And the information and steps that I'm going to be going over in this video are things that you can implement into your current lifestyle so you can get into the best shape of your life as well. So if you're struggling to lose weight, feel like you've hit a plateau, then this is definitely going to be a valuable video for you. And I'm willing to bet that this could honestly change your life. So make sure you pay close attention, take notes if you need to, close out all the other tabs, and focus because I know this video is going to help you a lot. But without further ado, let's get right into it. All right guys, so let's get right into it. So right off the bat, I just want to say that this video is for busy individuals that are struggling to get into shape due to their busy schedule. So maybe you're like a 9-to-5 working man, or you just have a lot of things going on. So this is how you're going to break your fat loss plateau, lose at least 25 to 30 pounds, and keep it off forever in 90 days or less using the Metabolic Optimization Method. And if it doesn't work for you, you do not pay. I'm going to explain more about that towards the end of the video here. This is all done without giving up your favorite foods, starving yourself, or spending more than 4 to 6 hours a week in the gym. And at the bottom there, that is my client transformation of my client Joel. So in case you guys don't know me, maybe this is your first time, seeing me on social media, first video you've watched of me. My name is Devin, and I'm going to show you exactly how my client Joel broke his fat loss plateau, lost 32 pounds in 90 days while working 40 to 50 hour weeks and achieving a physique that he has never had before. And before I get into all the details on how I helped Joel, I just want to show you his before and after pictures right here. So on the left there, I believe he was just above 230, and on the picture on the right, he's around 200-ish. So this was all done in 90 days. Again, what he does for work is that he is a sales consultant, like virtually. So he literally sits on his computer all day, even a lot on weekends, and just does sales basically. That's pretty much all he does. And when he came to me, he was, really struggling to lose weight. He was struggling to fit the gym into his schedule. But after working together, we were able to accomplish this in just 90 days. And I'm going to show you how you too can do the same. So who this video is for, if you're looking to lose 25 to 30 pounds of fat that you'll never gain back, this is definitely for you. If you've lost some weight but hit a plateau and don't have room to decrease your calories or increase cardio anymore, then this is for you. What I mean by that is that if you are already in a super hard deficit and you're still not losing weight, basically you're at a fat loss plateau and you don't know how to break it. So if you're a busy 9-to-5 working man who has been struggling to find a proven blueprint to getting in shape that you can fit into your current busy lifestyle, then this is for you. If you're tired of feeling lost when it comes to losing weight and need a simple and enjoyable process that isn't like all the other cookie cutter fitness programs, this is for you. If you feel like you've tried everything but still can't seem to get into the shape that you've always wanted to be in, then this is for you. If you know you have untapped potential, become the absolute best version of yourself, but just need some more accountability and guidance to help you get there, this is definitely for you. So who this video is not for. If you want to keep spinning your wheels trying to break a plateau and lose weight using the old traditional methods that you've been trying for years with seeing little to no results instead of using a proven system, this is not for you. So if you're looking for a quick fix without having to put in any hard work or effort, this is not for you. If you don't want to implement a proven system that will keep you in shape for the rest of your life, this is not for you. If you're not willing to spend at least 4 to 6 hours a week in the gym, this is not for you. And if you do not believe that you can reach your greatest potential and become the absolute best version of yourself, this is not for you. So if you resonate with any of these points that you see on the screen right here, I definitely recommend that you just click off the video. Otherwise, you're just going to be wasting your time, but up to you. So here's the truth about breaking a plateau and losing weight that no one else will tell you. You absolutely can get lean without giving up your favorite foods, starving yourself, or spending countless hours a day in the gym. Most men aren't capable of doing this just because they don't understand how to, manipulate macros and their daily expenditure in the most optimal way. They don't know how to or what actually stimulates fat loss, and they don't know how to implement the metabolic optimization method. Instead, they use a quick fix that clearly hasn't been working. So, but don't worry, you're smart. You are watching this video, so I'm not going to let that happen to you. There is no such thing as I don't have time, I'm too busy, or that doesn't work for me, or even I'm not ready yet. So you don't have to work out for countless hours a day in the gym or have superior genetics to unlock your fullest potential and become the best version of yourself. So, and if you do want to be that person who is able to stay in shape year round, then in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to navigate around the problems previously mentioned, how I helped my client Joel break his plateau and lose so much weight that he was getting compliments from friends and family, and how I can help you break your plateau and lose 25 to 30 pounds in 90 days or less.
And 4, how to accomplish all of this without giving up your favorite foods, starving yourself, or spending more than 4 to 6 hours a week in the gym. So in any case you don't know me, here's a little backstory about how I got here. So for the last 7 years, I've been through countless trial and error periods trying to develop my own physique that I've always wanted. And I was bullied in high school for being super skinny, which led me to dirty bulking because I was tired of being skinny. So I went to the polar opposite and started dirty bulking and got super fat. Then from there, I was like, oh man, being fat sucks too. Then I completely crashed diet, ruined my metabolism, trying to lean out again. And I hit a plateau and because I completely crashed my metabolism. But however, fitness did completely change my outlook on life, and now I've dedicated myself to help others do the same. I'm extremely passionate about this lifestyle because I believe that is the foundation for everyone to unlock their greatest potential. And I see it all too often when men will make the mistake of following these like fad diets, crash diets, ruining their metabolism, and just wasting their time seeing little to no results. So all of this combined led to the creation of the Metabolic Optimization Method. So the Metabolic Optimization Method is my system I built through my own trial and error from years of getting nowhere, trying to get shredded while learning how to keep my results forever. And now in this video, I've decided to break it all down for you. So in the following steps, I'm going to outline the entire A to Z process of what I did to help Joel accomplish these results, so you too can use the Metabolic Optimization Method to break your plateau, lose 25 to 30 pounds, and learn how to keep all your results forever, just in 90 days. So the Metabolic Optimization phase is broken up into 2 essential phases, which consist of 3 pillars. So the first phase is the priming phase. So this is 15 to 30 days of resetting or priming your metabolism. Because again, this is going to be how you're going to break your fat loss plateau. The reason you're at a fat loss plateau is likely because you crash your metabolism. That's not always the case for people, but in a lot of cases it is. So what you're going to do is find your BMR and your caloric maintenance. So what you want to do from here is, yes, a slight calorie increase and cardio decrease without gaining all the weight back. So you got to be very meticulous with this, otherwise you're just going to gain all the weight back. So I'm going to get into the more specifics on what that looks like here in a second, what we did for Joel, but that is exactly what you need to do in order to reset your metabolism. So then you can move on to the next phase, which I'm going to go into in a second. But as far as like workouts go, with weight training, it's moderate to high rep ranges, high protein, of course, moderate carb, low fat, and then once you're ready to move on to the second phase, which is the shredding phase, this is 60 days of shredding fat. It's slightly lower volume, but higher intensity through progressive overload. And since we're going to be losing weight here, it's going to be a slight calorie decrease and a slight cardio increase to re-stimulate fat loss. So again, each phase consists of 3 main pillars, which are training, nutrition, and recovery. So now let me show you how I optimized every variable of the system for Joel so he was no longer held back by the mistakes that he didn't even know he was making. And finally find a proven method that you too can use to break your fat loss plateau and shred fat without gaining all of it back after the process is complete. Need to get some water. All right, so training, nutrition, and recovery. So for training, you want to focus on doing a full range of motion and really focusing on the eccentric. That is going to be what stimulates your muscles the most, focusing on that. Time under tension and mind-muscle connection are what you want to take note of as well. Don't want to just be going in the gym and swinging a bunch of weight around, doing terrible form, because it's not really going to do much for you other than raise your risk of injury. Cardio, I'll get into more details about cardio, but basically cardio is just a tool that you can leverage to burn calories, essentially. That's basically it. It's not always necessary, but I'll get into more details in a second. The split that I had Joel do was chest and shoulders, back and rear delts, arms and legs. So he was in the gym for sometimes 5 days a week. Intensity is proximity to failure, so he's pretty much almost going to failure on every single working set. Nutrition, calories and macros need to be adjusted in a certain way, so his metabolism is basically getting reset. And we also changed out quite a few of his food sources and meal selection as well. In the shredding or the priming phase, we kept the cheat meals relatively low, again because we don't want him to gain all the fat back. That is the part where you need to be super meticulous. Those first 15 to 30 days, you really got to be paying attention to stuff. But once you do complete that initial phase, then you're able to start burning fat again, and it just makes the process so much easier moving forward. So meal timing and quantity as well, making sure his metabolism is running. So we're doing like small to moderate meals throughout the day. Before he was just doing, one big meal at the end of the day, which is not ideal for your metabolism. So recovery, consistent circadian rhythm, going to bed and waking up at roughly the same time. Making sure you're utilizing rest days. Don't want to be overtraining here because that's going to build a lot of systemic fatigue and inflammation, which also you want to make sure you're managing that to the best of your ability to help with recovery. Put yourself in a optimal sleep environment, which, making sure the room is somewhat chilly, limiting blue light exposure, taking over-the-counter supplements like melatonin or something if you need it. Just things like that to make sure you're getting your sleep, because sleep is extremely important. Relaxation, Joel a couple times a week would go into the sauna after his workouts. That was basically it. Okay, so those are all the 3 pillars of each phase. So now let's get into the phases. So priming phase. So what this phase is a metabolic reset. The rep ranges for his weight training is going to be slightly higher, 12 to 15. What his goal is really here is just to really perfect form, range of motion, build mind-muscle connection, and prevent injury as well. When Joel came to me, he wasn't doing a whole lot of weight training, so we had to make sure that we made sure he wasn't going too crazy with the weight or anything, because again, you don't want to be causing injuries right off the bat. Yes, we prioritize weight training to boost metabolic rate throughout the day, breaking down muscle. Where I showed him the optimal time under tension to effectively progressive overload, found his baseline strength and tried to maintain that through the entirety of the process, I should say. We adjusted the adjusted training volume and stimulus as time went on as well. And then the initial phase, again, this is when you slightly decrease cardio. For most people, it's anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes. What we did for Joel was, I think it was about a 10-minute decrease from what he was already doing. Again, it's not much. He was doing like an hour and a half of cardio a day. We just barely decreased that, and it seemed to do the trick. So nutrition. So you want to find your caloric maintenance. Just keep everything the same as possible. What you want to do is just make sure you're tracking all your calories for 5 to 7 days. Then average that out. That's what I had Joel do. I showed him he got a food scale. I showed him how to track his macros and everything in MyFitnessPal, and he sent me screenshots for 6 days straight of what he was eating with the calories and macros. What I did is average that out for him, and then I made the adjustments from that. So the adjustments I made was an initial 200 to 300 calorie increase. His was like a 200 calorie increase from his maintenance, just to ramp up his metabolism. And in this phase, you might gain a little bit of weight back, but do not be concerned about that. If anything, it'll just be like maybe like a pound, maybe 2 pounds. But it's probably just like water weight. But what this is going to do is set you up for the shredding phase, which obviously is coming next. We focused on whole foods here to really prioritize satiation. We kept the protein pretty high, 1.2 grams of protein per pound of body weight to preserve muscle mass, as well as, well, because when you consume a lot of protein takes a while for your body to digest. So, and it's also very satiating. So that's why we really prioritized it here. Moderate carb and low fat. What this phase is doing is, yes, resetting your metabolism, but it's also eliminating diet fatigue. So shredding phase, next phase. So lower training volume, but with greater intensity. He was going to failure on every single working set here once he learned the form, range of motion, time under tension, everything like that, as I previously mentioned. Minimum effective volume to avoid systemic fatigue. He was in a slight calorie deficit here, so you want to make sure you're doing the minimum effective volume. You don't want to be, again, building a lot of systemic fatigue and inflammation. So prioritize weight training and to boost metabolic rate throughout the day. Obviously, when you add more muscle, that is going to equal more calories burned at rest. So when Joel's just, working, doing his calls or whatever, when he has more muscle, he's obviously going to be burning more calories. So the rep ranges were 8 to 12 while continuing to focus on full range of motion and time under tension. And from here, you slowly taper your cardio up. All right, so the nutrition for the shredding phase. So we're going to take advantage of the new metabolic rate and his broken plateau to start stimulating fat loss again. New metabolic rate is achieved through the proper calorie and macro adjustments. Again, we're sticking with the pretty high protein here, 1.2 grams of protein per pound of body weight. Moderate carb and low fat again. Essentially, it's a sort of like fresh start from the metabolic reset because he crashed his metabolism previously, and we just had to basically fix that in a couple weeks. So the metabolism is back up and running at peak capacity, and from here, you don't have to suffer. So once your metabolism is running at peak capacity and you're eating a amount of food that isn't super difficult to stick to, like you're not hungry all the time, then sustainability is achieved and it becomes extremely easy to not only lose the weight, but also keep it off. So the metabolic optimization method is meant to break fat loss plateaus and shred undesired body fat and reset your metabolism to start shredding fat again in 90 days or less. For Joel, the results were so worth it that people were asking him what he was doing. He was getting compliments from people he didn't even know. Like people at the gym were coming up to him and saying like, hey man, you've lost a lot of weight. And most importantly, he started to have the confidence and self-esteem that he's never had before. So Joel getting in the best shape of his life and being able to keep it year round was the key for him to unlock his greatest potential. So now that you understand exactly how this process works, I have an offer for you. So if you're a busy 9 to 5 working man, you're overweight, or you're just at a fat loss plateau, and you're tired of not being able to lose the stubborn body fat, and you're ready to look your best with your shirt off and make the most amount of physical progress you ever had, I will help you break your fat loss plateau, lose 25 to 30 pounds, and keep it off forever in 90 days or less using the metabolic optimization method. And if it doesn't work, you do not pay. So again, if this method does not work for you, like I am so confident that this is going to work for you that if it doesn't in 90 days, you literally don't pay. Like you get your money back. So
All right, guys, well, I hope you found this video valuable and you can take some things and implement into your current lifestyle so you can shred fat, break your fat loss plateau, doing all those things while continuing to work a busy schedule. If you want to get in touch with me or see like what working with me would look like, I have a calendar link in the description below, so you can book a call with me or someone on my team and we can see if you're a good fit to work together. I also put my Instagram in the description as well, so drop me a follow on there. And if anyone has any questions, feel free to leave it in the comments section or even reach out to me on Instagram because I'll reply to everyone. So with that being said, guys, I will see you in the next one. Peace.